Hey guys, Jessica Ruffin and NBC Sports' Steve Letarte here from NASCAR Fantasy Fastlane. We're past the chaos of Daytona. We're heading to a mile and a half at Kentucky Speedway. So, Steve, when you look at the big three, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., and Kyle Busch, who are you looking at?
Well, it's simple, and I know this is going to hurt everyone's feelings, but the simple answer is if you have starts, start them. Those three drivers have combined to win the last 17 mile-and-a-half tracks. So I wouldn't go against that number. I would have all three. It really comes down to usages. So when you take a look, I'm feeling pretty good, Jessica. I have Kevin Harvick's my least with 3, 4, and 5 with the other two big names. So I'm going to have all three in my lineup going to Kentucky. And I suggest any other player that has usages available, start all three guys.
Well, for some people that do not have those usages, let's get some of those other picks in. So we'll go right into Hot Lap with Letarte. So first one, Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson, I think he's the driver that's trying to add his name to make it the big four. He's been top 10 in 6 of the last 7 mile-and-a-half tracks. Not to mention, he's earned the 3rd most points at all mile-and-a-half tracks this year, so he's a definite start.
Brad Keselowski.
Brad Keselowski, an easy start for one reason and one reason only: 3 Kentucky wins. He won in 2012, 14, and 16, more than any other driver.
Erik Jones.
Erik Jones, I'm a little confused at. The stats would say start, but the emotion might be in the garage. Remember, he just came off that big win at Daytona. Sometimes that big win can be an emotional week. I'm going to have to see how he ends up in practice.
Ryan Blaney.
Ryan Blaney, I want to start a Penske driver, but I can't. He's on my avoid list when it comes to Kentucky. He's been 18th or worse in 3 of the last mile-and-a-half tracks. He just seems to have a little bit of trouble on those size tracks.
Alex Bowman.
Alex is going to be in my garage. He's on a little bit of a hot streak. He's been top 10 in 3 of the last races of 2018, one of which was a mile-and-a-half. So I think that he's going to be in my garage. We're going to see how he ends up in the stages, because at the moment he lacks a little stage point over the year.
Let's talk the repave at Kentucky. We're 2 years from the repave. So Steve, how is that going to affect this weekend?
It's really a big unknown. I know that seems like the easy way out, but the simple fact is Kentucky does have harsh winters. It wasn't just a repave, a total reconfiguration. Turns 1 and 2, totally different turns 3 and 4. I have to wait and show up, see how much grip is in the asphalt. Not to mention Goodyear is bringing a brand new left side tire. While that might seem small to a fan, for a crew chief, that changes everything.
Let's get your race winner pick for Kentucky.
Well, when I look at Kentucky, I think it's a brand new winner this week. I talked about the big 3, but he's already won there 3 times. I'm looking Brad Keselowski. I think Brad Keselowski is going to break through for one reason and one reason only, and that's Paul Wolfe on top of the pit box. I expect this to be a strategy race in that final stage. Paul needs a win. I think he'll be the most aggressive.
Well, we'll see if Brad Keselowski can get that first win of the 2018 season. Be sure you guys set your lineups and tune into the race Saturday, 7:30 p.m. on NBCSN.